we live? Say we live. I don't see nobody in the room. Oh, there you go. All right. Can you hear me? I just want to know. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Press the one, the number one if you can hear me. Just let me know. Y'all gonna ride me a little bit while I do some driving. You know I don't do this too often. Okay, you can hear me. Cool. All right, I'll let it populate a little bit. I know y'all don't have much to do today, so I said, you know what? Why don't we ride a little bit, talk to y'all. I'm riding my daughter today, but she's not in the video, of course. But we here. I know y'all saw the title. Like I said, I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes. I normally give y'all 5 minutes because it takes time for them to throw out all them notifications. At least the people that they hit the notification bell. Why the sheriff creeping over there? You know what I mean? I keep my distance from all them laws. I ain't trying to fool with you. I stay legal and lawful, but I ain't trying to fool with y'all. Sir, that just made that comment. I don't let no one identify me. I'm my own person. They gonna have to create a title for me. You can't put me in a box. And that's one thing that with the white man always wanted to do is try to put everybody in a box. Let people be. Let people live, man. Whatever that may be. Now, do I believe in the scriptures? Yes, I do. I definitely believe that it's a lot of truth in the scriptures. It's a lot of prophecy that haven't happened yet. Um, and I try to apply that as much as possible. But at the end of the day, even in the scriptures, you still your own person. And I'm not trying to be put in no little box and somebody can say, oh, you're this, and so you got to go roll with this group of people and you got to be bound to this. No, ain't nobody gonna put me in no group. The only one that can put me to something is God Himself, and He not even doing it. So there you go. I just want to just do what I'm supposed to do and complete the mission that God want me to complete, and then He, hopefully I do. He can say, good and faithful servant, and then He take me on in. Till then, I'm not trying to be put in nobody's box. I don't suggest you be put in a box either. Forget that. You're going to 2019. That's the first thing these colonizers did. We got those of us at least that got off the boats. The first thing they did was try to put you in a box, change everything about you. No, forget that. All right, I'm gonna get to the meat of what I'm gonna say. Just give me another minute. Let some more people come on in. Come on in the room. There's a lot of room for you here. Man, so what some of y'all was doing today? Well, we got about one more minute before I start talking about this. I know I slept in today, and I rarely sleep in. Trust me, I'm always up doing something. And even though I guess when people celebrate these holidays, excuse me, I'm always have this 7 day a week mentality that I gotta stay doing something. But I'm gonna make some changes on that, and definitely because I need to, start doing things 6 days and taking the seventh day as rest. But in the meantime, that means I just have to do enough work on the 6th day. Well, I don't have to work on the 7th day, because I understand, the principles of honoring, the Sabbath day. I understand that. I just have to start rearranging things where I can do it that way. But I'm so used to being busy, and I'm so used to doing something It's like it's hard for me just like to sit around. It's hard. I can't. I don't know how a man can sit in the house all day and not do nothing. I can't do it. You know, you got some men that they woman work or whatever. You know that baby boy situation, Jody. The woman going to work all day. He borrowing the car. He ain't about doing nothing. And I'm like, just as a man, I feel that you got to be productive. You got to do something. You know, it's like if I didn't have, you don't have, like some people could be cool without a job. Like anytime I didn't have a job, I felt less than a man not having a job. I feel like my life was just stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Like because men are were created to, you know, have the vision, yes, and also to produce. And a man is not producing, you know, he don't feel like a man a lot of times. And because, you know, a lot of times how we are in the area of our success, that's our currency as men. Our currency in men is, and I'm sorry, currency as men isn't like women. You know, their currency in society is mostly beauty. They don't care how much money a woman make. You know, I always use that example that Oprah Winfrey is about the most accomplished, you know, black woman in America, and the men aren't beating down the door to be with Oprah Winfrey because women aren't measured on money and success and degrees of power. You know, women are measured more so in the beauty. And when you don't have a man that's definitely at a certain point in his life that he doesn't have his act together, it make him feel a certain kind of way. And sometimes he don't want to say that, but it do. But that's a total different stream for a different day. Talking about men and how we are and how we operate. But let's talk about changing. Okay, the Christmas narrative. You know, many of us, you know, now are, you know, they awaken, coming to the knowledge. You see the truth. You I hate that word. Woke. I hate that word. Super woke now. Some of y'all. And I was thinking about, you know, the white supremacists and how they are, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad stated, are a commercializing group of people. They will commercialize everything, even at the expense of their own people. This is what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in actually his book, How to Eat to Live. So with that being said, when you look at, you know, the birth of Christ, and, you know, Christ never said celebrate my birth. He said celebrate, you know, his sacrifice and what he done, you know, for your sins. But, you know, people talk, you know, we grew up with like that. Oh, you know, the wise men and the manger and all the different things we grew up with. And, you know, so what the white supremacists chose to do is say, okay, look, we could take this story and we could tell people that, hey, you know, it's like Jesus got gifts. You can give gifts to your people. And then so people go run out and buy and make us billions of dollars during this Christmas season. And the majority of their money for the year is made at this time of year. And people for a long time accepted that as a tradition. And people went into debt every year. People have maxed out their credit cards. They did all kind of things because they didn't want their children to feel bad about not having a gift for Christmas. Now, you probably give your children gifts all year long, okay? If you give them a place to stay, that's a gift. In a safe environment, that's a gift. If you're giving them a food to eat every day, that's a gift. If you are a loving parent, that's a gift because some kids don't have that. If you're taking them to school, if you're doing everything that you're supposed to do for your children, that is a gift. These kids got a cell phone. That's a gift. I mean, you get gifts every day with your children. The children will have to appreciate, and adults appreciate the life that you have. It sure can it be better? Of course, it can be better. But appreciate the life that you have, because somebody would love to have your life right now. No matter how bad you think it is, someone would love to have you to be thankful and appreciated of that. Now, if you are a parent that give your children gifts all year long, how is it you're gonna let these people tell you and pressure you and put you in debt that one day out of the year you need to go and give your children something that you couldn't afford right now? And if you want to give your children something, wait until December 26th and all the days afterwards. New Year's Day sale coming up. Why would you spend your money and buy something full price? Why would you do that? Save your money. And if you're going to buy something and you got to buy it that bad, shop with some brothers and sisters who own businesses and put some money in their back pocket. Money not easy to come by. It's not. So you shouldn't feel pressured um, to do this. Now, I have some great news speaking about that. Many of you have seen the interview we conducted with Melissa McKinnis. And I'm letting you know, last time I checked, from the time we posted the video up until I checked today, you guys was doing the right thing. And you guys gave a little over $9,000 in 48 hours to this family. Now, that's something that we should be happy about. That's something you should say, hey, I'm gifting this to a family in need. That's cool, and I appreciate it. Every last one of you guys have came together as a community to help that family. That's beautiful. And see, social media can be used for good. We don't have to get on here and act a fool and use our gifts and talents for stupidity. We can use it to help out each other, and that's what we should do. It was just a side note. But when it comes to the Christmas, narrative, they also told you that Jesus or Caesar Borgia, whatever I say his name, the picture that you see of Jesus today is actually his son. It's not actually him. I was watching a big special about that and reading about that recently. The image that you can't see this white Jesus. Now, the white Jesus was given to you because you have to understand the white supremacist plan everything he does. He don't respond in emotion. That's not what he do. Many of you respond in emotion, and he plans your emotional response because he knows what you're going to do. He believes in think tanks. He believes in all that, analyzing things. So when it comes to white Jesus, and the reason why they had to promote that, they was thinking about global white supremacy. Well, the only way you can really get global on anything and get into the minds and hearts of people is through religion. Now, people say Christianity is a white man's religion. Anytime I hear someone say Christianity is a white man's religion, I know good and well you unlearned when you say that. Because while the white man was still in the caves in the Caucasus Mountains, he had no religion. So how did he create that? First and foremost, how? If you understand the way the white supremacists even came into power, and when he came into power, he made sure to do a few things. Let me give you an example, kind of how he does things, or how he did it through history. Let's say you have two children or two people, let's say two adults, in a college classroom. Now, you have one who don't know much of nothing. They barely getting by, and a little bit they know they got it from somebody else. Then you have the person sitting next to them who's extremely smart, extremely smart. Okay, they know it all. They get A's on everything. So they're like, man, I need to cheat on this guy's paper so I can make an A because I'm sick of making F's. So they look at this guy's paper and copy it verbatim, copy it all, turn in their paper. They finally made an A. The teacher's like, wow, you actually made an A? Man, you was always making F's. So I say, well, shoot, okay. Well, what they do work. So let me go ahead and keep doing that. So what they do, they constantly look, they constantly copy that guy's paper all the time, and they copied it enough where they learned it. So instead of saying, hey, I learned all what I need to know from this guy, what they choose to do is, now I learned it, now I'm going to put my whiteness on it, and then I'm going to conquer that guy, kill him actually, and then I'm going to represent everything that I stole from him and say I created it. And I'm going to destroy all the history books and everything that say he did it and say I did it. And then I'm going to present it to the world that I did it. That's how they done everything throughout history. So when it comes to so-called Christianity or just following the scriptures. They took all that from the original text, the original people, the original Hebrews. You will understand that they didn't create the religion at all, or any religion. When I went to Ethiopia and I actually got to see the museums and got to see the castle, King Johannes's castle, and I got to see the churches they have over there. Ain't nothing like this mess here. I mean, they have some real deal churches over there, and you can see it's not nothing fake with them. And I'm like, ain't no way. You'll see, ain't no way they created. Test that to them. How could they create something and they can't don't kill, don't steal, don't lie? It would be no such thing as white supremacy if they actually created the religion. It doesn't make sense because they created it. That means they would have the moral code and character to follow it. So it tells you right there they didn't create anything, right? So they took that image and said we're gonna promote this throughout the world, and that's what they chose to do through the Catholic Church. They went out and spread this mess everywhere. Okay, they went to Africa. They said, "Oh, we missionaries," but all that was to let me give you this false idol. Let me replace the real Christ with this false idol. And while you close your eyes praying to this idol God, I'm taking your land from you. I'm taking you into captivity. This is what I'm doing to you. So when I posted the picture this morning on my community tab, it stirred little people up together. Some people got exactly why I did it. But if you're gonna talk about Merry Christmas, fine, talk about it. I'm not against you. One thing I believe in, I'm not gonna attack people's belief systems. If what you believe in helps you to be a good person, even if I disagree, do that. I am not God. I'm not your judge, jury, executioner. I'm not. All I can do is just be your brother. That's it, right? So if we're gonna talk about Jesus himself, you can call him Yahweh, Yehuda, whatever names you want to call him, is fine. But let's talk about him for real. You know good and well he is in that white painting. You know good and well that the scriptures teach that he has skin like bronze and hair like wool. Okay, so if he had that, I've had one of them come and say, well, he was a Jewish person and he was an Arab. Okay, and who do the so-called Arabs derive from? And what is an Arab? And you use the word Jewish. Jewish means Jew-like. The people who say they are those people today, they say we're Jewish people. But the original Hebrews never called themselves Jewish. They just say we the Jews. That's it. So when it comes to Christmas, if they're gonna promote that, show them the black Jesus. Show them the picture I put on the community tab. Show them that. You cannot create someone with skin of bronze and hair like wool from two white folk. You know you can't do it. There ain't no way possible that can happen. You know that Jesus come from a black man and a black woman. I had one sister say, well, her hair straight in that picture. Straight hair was in Egypt. I mean, black women throughout history wore their hair all kind of ways. Don't look at the hair of black women through the eyes of the colonizer, and he's telling you what you should look like, what you not look like. No, it just like black hair is very versatile, very very versatile. So we take this narrative. And you remember, in order to, many of us talk about liberation and we need to be liberated. And you look at liberation as an outside thing, in which it is an outside thing. I can't see some things you're saying, so I'm just trying to focus on the road here. And it is an outside thing. But it hit me very hard, maybe the other day. And it came to me that you would never have liberation if you don't liberate the white supremacists that's in your mind and in your heart. You'll never have it. The reason you never have it is because They're in there, and then you have to think. And I thought real long and hard about how did he get in there. You've been indoctrinated since birth to put the white supremacists in your mind and in your heart through the reinforcement of the white beauty standard, the strategic way of all the teachers being white female, um, white folks educating you and giving you that education that isn't um, the truth, but is a form of indoctrination into white supremacy. Everything with them, you even been programmed to protect them. Okay, more than protecting yourself, just as much you've been programmed to hate yourself. Everything they think about you, you think about you. So in order for you to be truly free, you got to get the white supremacists out your mind. So literally, you got to take our mindset bit by bit and line by line, whatever we think, and we have to expose that lie and replace that with a truth, so we can get the white supremacists out of our mind and hearts. The reason why we get so vitriol and hateful, and we will even call other black people the N word with the ER at the end. We'll do that when we're angry at black folks. The reason why you do that because the white supremacist is here. That's why. See, once you get the white supremacists completely out of here, no one will have to even mention liberation or nothing. It's going to be automatic for you at that point, because now you have removed the white supremacists out of your mind and out of your heart, and then your word's going to change. It's just that simple. So this Christmas thing is actually the white supremacists being in here. You got the image of a white baby, a white Mary, a white Joseph in here. You got that white image, and you're doing what they're telling you to do to support their businesses overwhelmingly. When that whole image is a lie. That whole situation with giving gifts to people like the wise men is a lie. You have been duped. So when people tell you Merry Christmas or whatever, and people have been telling me that today, I say, hey, you gonna celebrate the birth of Jesus, or celebrate the real one, the black Jesus? And then I've been sending that picture that I put up on the community tab, and also put it up on Instagram. Take that picture. Anybody that send you Merry Christmas to your phone, text them back that picture. Go ahead and do that. See, that's changing. That's gonna spark conversation. Then they will say, it don't matter if you're black or white. Really? Well, then why did they change the image? It didn't matter if you're black or white. Even the Catholics know about Jesus being black, because they got those what, Black Madonna images. They know. They may not tell the world that, but they know, right? This is not a theological discussion. I'm not about to go back and forth with anybody on theology. That's I don't do that. I've learned not to do that, because one thing that people like to argue is religion and politics. Everybody's an expert, and most people ain't been to school for it. But I'm going to talk about just what we look out there about common sense and getting the white supremacists out of our minds, because that's what we have to do. You see, once you change, once that image of Jesus in your mind and Mary and Joseph in your mind change to understand that the Savior of the world looked like you, and they hung the Savior on the world on a tree, the cross. That's what they call it, a tree. And what would they keep doing to the people of God? Hanging them from what? Trees. See the pattern? See the pattern. Now, a lot of you say that, well, why are we so hated? Why everyone hates us? Well, didn't your brother Jesus say that that'll be a sign that you the people of God, that they'll hate you without cause? But remember, they hated me first. I've come to accept that. I mean, everybody. I mean, most people, with some sort of human decency, could even sit there and try to figure out, say, okay, what did those people do to all these people that hate them so much? Like, what did they actually do? And if you actually sit down with someone and say, okay, what did black people as a collective do to your group? They can't find anything. Only they can find is some black individuals, possibly that were criminal and did some criminal behavior. But that doesn't represent the collective of black people. For you to have this immense hatred for them, no, you can't find that. The only one that told you to hate us like that is the white supremacists. And many of you don't understand the white supremacist is always on the propaganda tip 24/7 and is heavily invested into constantly putting out negative images, hateful messages, things about black people. And we have to stay on the 24/7 tip, refuting that with the truth, and also, countering all this. And we have to use our platforms for good. We don't need to use it to take each other down. Now, I've been also studying the certain way they do things, and the best way to counter some things is do exactly what they do. Okay, so I don't know if you heard about Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey has been charged with sexual assault of a teenage boy, and they said that he was at a bar. He asked the boy, "Was he of age to drink?" He said, "Yeah." So he kept giving the drink after drink after drink. He gets so inebriated that he couldn't resist or do anything back. Kevin Spacey put out this weird video. Oh, I didn't even see that. Thank you for the super chat. I see that. I didn't know that you all did that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Um, he put out this weird video on YouTube. I mean, kind of creepy. But when I looked at, I checked out CNN this morning. You know what the headline was of CNN, like on their little thumbnail they made. It had a picture of Kevin Spacey, and it said legal trouble. It didn't say rapist, rape accusations, sexual assault accusations. All it said was legal trouble. I didn't know making someone drunk and raping them is legal trouble. I didn't know that. That's a new one on me. But look all the terms they call Bill Cosby: sexual assault, rapist, rape this, rape that. But when it's Kevin Spacey, it's legal trouble. You see that? This is why I don't do videos on Pookie and Ray Ray, because they don't do videos on they Pookie and Ray Rays. So I'm not doing it. I'm following the same drum beat they follow. I'm not about to sit up there and crucify Pookie and Ray Ray or what the let me see if I can get over, or what the hood chicks are doing. I'm not doing it. If they protecting the image of their people, I gotta protect the image of mine. And we have to start understanding that we have to protect our image. It don't matter what they do. They will never, 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 I'm keep repeating this, call themselves terrorists, call themselves criminal, thug, or whatever else. And they know good and well what they do. It's always what? Mental illness. So when a brother or sister do something, you know what we say in these videos? He had mental illness. And black people have every right to say mental illness because of what we went through and what we still going through. So shoot, if Pookie and Ray Ray did something and we're gonna talk about it, it's mental illness. I mean, he needed help. I mean, nobody paid attention to him or her, right? It's called changing the narratives. Use the things that they're doing and apply it. It's just that simple. So when we report on something, I'm letting you know now. The narrative is gonna be mental illness, and we need help in the black community in the area of mental illness. And realistically, we do need help. Well, the thing is, I saw the one comment, a glance, talking about blacks can't, have mental illness and not consider. Well, if you are viewing who you are as a person through the eyes of a white supremacist, then you are three-fifths of a human being. If you view yourself that through their eyes, or do you view yourself through your eyes? Or you the original people? Well, which one? I mean, you got to choose what eyes you're going to view yourself under, either the white supremacist or yourself. Make a choice. Black people do need to speak to psychologists for what we go through. Do you think it's normal to just keep watching images of your people being slaughtered on TV constantly? That will have an effect on anybody. And white folks know that. White folks won't even show white death and white pain. They won't show it because they understand the psychological effects they can have on white people. But they will constantly keep showing it on black people because they want us screwed up mentally. Because if we're not doing for ourselves, we don't have our community straight. We don't, unify, get together. We don't do anything like that. Then hey, they win. You have to understand the white supremacist system was created to have blacks in a permanent oppressive class. So if black people aren't oppressed anymore, then their system is done. A lot of you say, well, why they don't focus on other groups? They didn't build their system to oppress other groups. They built their system to oppress us. This is why they constantly stay invested into oppression of black people. That's why they leave the Asians alone. They don't bother with them. They leave the Arabs alone. They don't bother with them either. The Indians, the Native Americans, even the Hispanic community. They leave them alone. Do they mess with them? Yeah, at times. But the only issue they're having with Latinos is them coming across the border. If they wasn't doing that, they wouldn't have an issue with them. But don't know what we do as black people. They will always have an issue with us. They will always follow us to whatever community is about black this and black that, and that's it. It's not nothing about hating nobody. We just need to fix our issues. They gonna come to your events, even though you say it is a black event. They will not stay away from you. They don't want you to have not 2 seconds of any kind of freedom where they not around, because in their mind you plotting. You can't even talk on your job to each other, or 2 or 3 of y'all gathering together talking. Y'all could be talking about anything, and when they stare over there. That come all the way back from the time of slavery. Y'all that work jobs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. 2 or 3 black people together, we gotta stop that. We can't let that happen. I mean, one time on the job, we had about 4 or 5 brothers together, talking, and we were doing our job, so it's not like we wasn't doing it. But there was the white supervisor come out there, hey guys, y'all need to kind of spread out. You see you talking and the job not getting done. That's one thing. But the job's getting done, but yet they want black people together. They always act that way. Now they don't tell white guys nothing. White guys can be together all day long, talking, having a good time. But when it comes to black men, we can't do that on these jobs. See, one person made a comment, it's the ghetto blacks. In the eye of the white supremacists, everybody ghetto. All y'all ghetto. We all. You are an oppressive class. I mean, we can't beat up on them. I mean, because they victims of white supremacy too. And at one point in time, I used to think the same way, but then as I've grown in my knowledge and understand that no matter what level you're at, you are a victim of white supremacy. It don't matter how much money you get. Look at Bill Cosby. All the money Bill Cosby got. Okay? All that money. They can come up there and lie on you and say you did something. How many white men they do that to? Very, very rare in this country. See, Russell Simmons was smart. He saw the writing on the wall. He said, man, forget y'all. Y'all not about to Bill Cosby me. I'm out. And he left. He went to Indonesia. Now, I heard he's trying to get, Tom asking them to drop them, the rape lawsuit, whatever, and the judge said, no, I'm not dropping it. Well, if you ain't dropping it, well, shoot. Stay yourself in Indonesia. I wouldn't come back here. For what? You got money. You good. Like I said, y'all, it's another thing I kept reading the comment. Oh, hopefully, okay, there you go. Well, what happened with Donye Jones kind of made me really think that the white supremacists went into a black community and did this, okay? Every time we had something, they came into our areas and did it. Black Wall Street, they was away from them. They came over there where they're at to destroy it. Understand that. Rosewood, they came over there to where they were at to destroy it. Every time we had built something, they came over. So my thing is, how would you stop them? That's what I was thinking. All these white supremacist terrorists, how would you stop them? You truly can't be, and I just accept it as that. If you really want to, I'm having issues. It's weird though. Okay, yeah, the connection is messed up in this area. I don't know why. But you have to build. What I was saying about building it. This is why you have to build something on a continent. You have to, because if everybody else is building on a continent, why can't me and you build there or do something there? Like I said, I just don't see certain things just happening and them being in control. Because them being in control, they got a cap on what they will have. They have a limit on what black folks can do. A few black individuals can be successful. It's fine as long as they don't help black people in mass. They can be successful. But the mass of us doing something, I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's going to be difficult. I'm gonna say that much. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't want to go through no difficulty. A lot of people, used to this convenience. A lot of people love, being in the position they're in, believe it or not. So I didn't even see what that person had to say. I'm sorry, I couldn't see what you had to say. So my thing is, I'm all for building. I'm all for doing it. But I would say build it dual. You can build here, build on the continent. This is what I would say. Have that backup, because the thing is, you talking about Donye Jones, black folk. We talking about the Pookie and Ray Rays. They see somebody come in the hood and they want to find out about another black person, and they want to know, hey, who's that? Hey, where you from? Ask you people where they from, etc. But these white supremacists, you come out of in and out of black neighborhoods anytime they get good and ready. You can't go in their neighborhoods like that without them trying to find out what you got going on. But we just allow that to happen. So really, like what are you gonna do to stop them from coming in your neighborhood or find out what they're doing in your neighborhoods? What business do they have? Who they visited? Do you know the people they visited? That sort of thing. Because they for sure would ask you if they keep catching you out there. You lost, anyone. They're not coming at you aggressive, but they're gonna be like, hey, you know anybody out here? I mean, I see you kind of driving around, and maybe I can help you. Where you going? And that's their way of saying, hey, let me check out this. Who is this? I've seen them do it. They will do it. You move in the neighborhood, they come knock on your door. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, I say, well, we just want to say welcome to the neighborhood, and you need anything? That's their way of checking you out. That's their way of doing it. They smiling at you and everything. Like, let me go find out who this is. That's what they do. We're part of the welcoming team, and we just welcome all. They go into your house, find out who these black folks is. Are they the black folks that decent? It's Pookie and Ray Ray. What black folk we talking about? They'll eventually gonna say, so, what do you do for a living? They want to know how you got in here. I mean, they gonna ask you so nice. They're not gonna ask you mean, but that's them. That's them get reconning you. Recon. That's what they doing. Getting all of the information about you. They already know the house cost that you bought. They know it was for sale. Oh yeah, they always curious when black folks move in. But black folks don't do that. Anybody can move in the black community. You don't go over there nice to them and smile and say welcome to the neighborhood and find out who they are, where they work, who the kids are. And that's how they do it. You say it's funny, but it's the truth. That's what they do. And they do it in such a nice way, you ain't peeping what they doing. You're not peeping it. But I get it. Like I said, I get why they do a lot of things they do. I don't, and I'm not even mad at them for it. That's the difference with me. I'm not even mad because I understand it. I'm trying to get y'all to understand it as black people. No, I'm not saying they doing it under the guise of they hate you. I'm not saying that. But the fact is, y'all know, like they ate up with nosiness. They want to know what you got going on. They gotta know. But the thing is, like I said, some people, like I saw somebody mention Africa. That's not gonna stop with me no time soon. Like I told my wife, we gotta get ourselves established in Africa, okay? And I said I just want to make sure I got a home and everything else over there. And I want to give me a division of, what we do here over there. That we would have it in here and on the continent. That's a bottom line. And I can establish what we do here over there probably a little bit faster due to the fact of how our money goes a long way on the continent. That's just like a win-win. Uh, I think all of us should do that. Get some sort of established businesses in the continent of Africa. Because like I say, I don't know if y'all paying attention. Trump, the government shut down, right? Trump is making everybody up there mad. The Pentagon people is at each other's throat. They confused. I mean, it's a spirit of confusion on them. And I'm telling black people, don't you get involved with that. Leave that alone. Let them have Trump and everything that Trump is doing. Trump is doing a good job at what he's doing. He say he gonna pull the troops out. I mean, he done messed up the warmongers. They mad at him because they got a group of people in this country won't the soldiers warmongering all the time. So a lot of people make money off of war. So for Trump saying he gonna pull troops out of Syria and Afghanistan, he messing up the money, and they hot about that. Ever since Trump been in office, he's turning global white supremacy on his head. In 2 years, he got him rattled. And I'm sitting back, I'm looking at the bigger picture. I don't care about no Trump being no doggone racist. I don't care. I'm looking at the bigger picture. Trump is literally unraveling global white supremacy. You don't see it. I mean, really, throw away all his racism. Really look at the moves Trump is making and how he's unraveling their system. Without even, like I say, they can't keep staff at the White House. Everybody going to jail around Trump. Trump is calling people out, exposing people, and y'all talking about impeachment. Let them attempt to impeach Trump. You gonna find out the dirt of every senator up there, because Trump got people like Trump. They keep a file of dirt at all times. They keep a file of dirt, and when they need to use that dirt, they're gonna use it. And that's why the reason why they don't come against Trump a lot of times is Trump got dirt on all of them. Understand that Trump got dirt on him. So Trump been giving them money for a long time. So Trump know who cheated on their wife. Trump know who making these international sex trips. He knows. He knows who's closeted. He knows who the pedophiles are. He knows. That's why they're scared to say something to Trump. Not because they agree with him. He got the dirt on everybody. Men like Trump, them rich people that pay politicians, they know everything on them. So you think the Democrats will come in there? Oh, they gonna check Trump? Man, he got dirt on them too. He was a Democrat all that time until he switched to be Republican just so he can run for office. But I say, man, Trump is unraveling the whole system. Trust me. Like I said, black people, it's been a benefit to black folks that he's in there because these white supremacists that came out from underneath the rocks, people that you didn't think was that way, they've exposed themselves. That's a beautiful thing. It validates every racist up who've been asleep about this system. It's beautiful. You couldn't ask for a better wake up call for black folk. and a lot of white folk. I got white folk telling me, I didn't realize how America was so racist, and I thought you guys were, just playing a race card. But no, it's true. If Hillary would have gotten there, they would have never said that. Black people would have been, with Hillary, they would have gone into a coma. You couldn't have told black folk nothing at that point. But now Trump got the government shut down for the third time. I mean, this dude here, man. I'm just laugh. Every time I see him, I laugh at him. I don't even get mad at him. I laugh. And the people that support him, they support him to the end. I say they're loyal. I give them that. Some loyal supporters. Now I need supporters like that, like the Trump supporters, man. I mean, no matter what Trump do, they gonna back it up. Well, yeah, he shut down the government because of it. Like, man, but people not getting paid right now. No, but this is what they have to do. You're like, all right, man. And also, Trump to change the game with politicians. You gotta give him credit. Now politicians gotta do what they say because that's what he do. He everything he promises people, he's doing it or he's in the process of doing it. That wall is his biggest thing. So Trump gonna have the government shut down for 6 months if he got to get that wall. Because he got to do it. He got to deliver that wall, or they gonna make him a liar, and he's trying to prove that. So the tweeting, talking out your head on Twitter, politicians could do that now. What's that lady? I told y'all before that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She acting just like Trump now on Instagram and Twitter, just talking, run off at the mouth, calling people out. Like, what did she say? Like, she said about the shutdown. She said, why is Congress getting paid during the shutdown? He said they part of the government. They shouldn't get paid either. I said, hey, I agree with that. Didn't know they were getting paid. So Trump is opening up the lane to change. He's changed politics. You get what I'm saying? I mean, so yeah, let Trump do what he do. Trump can do whatever he wants. I'm gonna sit back and just laugh at it. Why do you think I don't make a bunch of videos, anti-Trump videos, unless he really do something greasy? If he ain't doing nothing greasy, I'm just laughing at him. I think it's funny. I'm not looking for Trump to save the black community. So why get mad at him? And y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you say some Mexicans thought they were what? They were white until they got their wake up call. Yeah, even my wife say some Mexicans do think they were white. My wife would tell you that. She told me that. And now Trump showed them the hell you ain't either. Like I said, I said Trump has been a good wake up call for a lot of people. Like I said, I'm not mad. You say my opinion. You say look, I don't care if the wall gonna be effective or not. I don't care. You talking about the shutdown? I mean, yeah, well, that's screwed up. You still got to go to work and you're not getting paid. And then I didn't know this. The way it works is you're not paid. I don't think you correct me if I'm wrong. Let's say if they work 2 weeks without pay, then they don't get that check back when they get the government situation fixed, right? They just stuck out. Like, that's screwed up. That part is wrong. Now, my opinion about the shutdown at the end of the day, I hate it for all the federal workers. They need their money. They really do. But Trump is that person. He's petty, he's indignant, and stubborn. He wants to give him his wall money. That's it. That's the only thing I can say with that. But Barack Obama was shut down the government for 2 or 3 times. Oh, they'll try to impeach him. That's also what y'all need to pay attention to. If you are a white male in America, you can do whatever the hell you want. Because Barack Obama probably been impeached the first time. He's shutting down the government behind a wall, and everybody's saying the wall not gonna do nothing, which it won't. But let them think they get their wall. Let them have their wall. They're gonna see exactly what happens. And people got tunnels already over here. And then y'all not talking about all these Chinese illegal immigrants that's here too. A lot of Chinese fly in here, and then they go to these Chinatowns, and then they don't leave, and they here illegally too. They don't talk about all these Chinese. They got Russians that do the same thing. There's a lot of people that fly into this country and overstay their visas, and they've been here 20 and 30 years. Especially like people like from these Russians who do that, they blend in. They're white. So you ain't gonna have ICE going after them. The Chinese, you ain't gonna go after them either because they in their communities. They don't have to leave their community too much to even be involved with the ICE coming after them. The only reason they go after the Latinos is because they the ones you see coming across. But what about all them people that fly in? And then I read about even the black immigrants. The majority of black immigrants that come to this country, they come in the country legally through the system. Yeah, 'cause they're not gonna let us come in illegally. Not us. We always got to go through the right way. You know that we got to follow the law times 10 as black people. Well, Trump. I don't think he a puppet because the puppet situation, he would keep the war machine going. That's not being a puppet. Pulling out of Syria and Afghanistan is that goes against the that global war machine they want to happen. So yeah, he said y'all don't realize how much he set them on their head too. Talking about pulling the troops out. You don't get that. How much money they make off of conflicts. What's that movie? War Dogs. Watch that movie. Uh, it gives you a glimpse on how much money is being made through government contracts and all. But people making money off of war. And America has always made that money off of war. That's how it keeps the economy going. It's fighting somebody. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm almost getting close to what I need to get to. But thank you for joining me. You haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Click the like button, share with your friends, family, and let people know. Don't let them enjoy all the good videos. Just share it. With your family. But y'all have a good day. I'll work on some other videos later, much later. Whenever I get done doing what I'm doing today, if I have time, hopefully. But thank you for listening, and see you next time.